So, so stacking on hero is clearly underpowered at this point. Uh, at least that's what I kind of take away from that. So, uh, I don't necessarily want to jack strength up, but I guess I just tuned down the hero the mob. What is it? Yeah, the hero range rad scale, but maybe that was premature. Maybe it was actually fine at point 0.7, point oh 0.07. So, uh, uh, all right. So, hey, it's 8:30. I wonder. Sorry, I'm just gonna check something real quick. Uh, yeah. Well, all right. So yeah. So what I okay, so I increase the distance of dash. I'm gonna say actually. I'm gonna say cover. That no, the game pace is not perfect, so I'm gonna. I do still need to revisit the game pace. So what do I want to do? Here and now. Here and now. I like multiplicity. It'd be nice if I could increase the amount of multiplicity that occurs in the game. It'd be nice if I could just increase the number of modifiers in general. But we're already... Okay, yeah, no. I know what to do. Yeah. It'd be a bit much to increase the number of multipliers in general, but, like, without any other changes, however, if we keep the increments in check, then actually we can do that. Oh, but I don't necessarily want to increase it in the beginning, just in the later game. So let's say, let's say instead of 1, let's say 0.8. Instead of 9, let's say 0.72. Instead of 1, let's say 0.8. So, yeah, alright, so now each individual modifier won't have quite the same effect, but part of the reason I want more modifiers is because the more modifiers you have, the more you can customize, or the more granular you can get with customization. And also, in the later game, there just really aren't enough modifiers, I don't think. Like, you almost lose modifiers from the game almost altogether. Does dash count? I was considering adding like visual effects to dash at some point. Like right now the hero just like looks in that direction and goes in that direction. But I was gonna like I don't know, originally I was like concepted as like a flip of some sort. Like he was gonna like he was gonna like flip around or something. But yeah. It's the closest he gets anyways. um Also, I have the way I handle a lot of things in this game, like it screws things up really weird if I move the hero off the ground. Just because early on I made the declaration that like no, the hero never leaves the ground, and so everything in terms of like spatial relationships are all predicated on the fact that the hero stays on the ground. So I mean, I could cheat it. I could cheat the visual effects to make it look like he left the ground while still that's that's not a bad idea. Instead of like actually changing the names of my game, I could just give them all subtitles. That way they're distinct, and yet I don't have to think of them. I never have to change my concept of it. I mean, I still call POW 3 POW 3, so clearly it takes me a while to get over a change in nomenclature. Oh, fun fact! I once worked on a game that had that featured Darude Sandstorm in the soundtrack. True story. I am not making that up or anything. It I could put that on my resume if I were so inclined. All right, so that is a really good question. Um, yeah, oh yeah. I worked on a game with Darude Sandstorm in the soundtrack. Hold on, I'll look up which one it was. I mean, I know what series it was in. I just forget. There was like I worked on a few games in that series, and there was only in one of them. So, uh, Dance Central 2 from Harmonix had a Darude Sandstorm in the soundtrack. Yep. It's a fun game if you like motion gaming. Like I used to be big into like DDR for a while, and so I really enjoyed working on that product. And I don't know, it's really fun too. Or I really enjoy it. I think there are some really great things about that series. So yeah, and because of it, I can now say that I worked on a game with Darude Sandstorm in the soundtrack. Yeah. Um, that's yeah. Yeah, I think it holds up. Uh, it's like it's just one of those it's one of those activities that like is inherently fun, but then it's also like a form of exercise, and I love stuff like that because I hate exercise. So if I can get exercise like secretly without really paying attention to it, like that is the best form of exercise. It's why I have this. It's why I'm standing on this small exercise device so I can like exercise when I'm thinking about other things and not really paying attention to it. But sorry, I glossed over the question about it being better being indie or working for a company. And I worked at a company for a while, and I have a pretty good sense of how that all goes. Like I didn't literally do everything in AAA, but I just from being in AAA for long enough, I got to see. You know, it was like a window into like a lot of what that world is. So even the stuff that I wasn't participating in firsthand, like I got to see and understand a lot of it. It's really cool. It Like I learned a lot in AAA that'll be really helpful in indie development. I don't know if I've had enough time in indie development to really compare the two. So I can tell you that AAA is a fine way to live. Like the frustrations might be that you like if you're working at a bigger company, you're still just one voice. So you're still just one voice in a amongst a much larger chorus, and so yeah, one of the reasons that I eventually decided to break away from from that gig in particular, like I mean like I didn't have any problem like getting things done in like the day to day, but then just in terms of like the overall direction of the company, it was a little difficult to have any impact there, and so yeah, I mean, I'm hoping one of the advantages of being indie is the ability to actually like uh, adapt and influence the direction of like whatever group I'm working with. Or if it's just me, then I can totally do that. As soon as I make a decision, everyone's on board. Uh, so one of the downsides to being indie is that I I mean, I haven't tried to make money yet, but I imagine it'll be more difficult. There's something very nice about a steady paycheck, and like a lot of places you can get really good benefits too. Like if you can get if you can get like a full time position. So, yeah, indie's a fine way to live. Um, I yeah, I'll if you check back in a little while, I'll let you know once I have enough of the experience of the indie life to let you know. Actually, I guess I was slightly advantaged in working at AAA at the studio that I did because the studio like made like big titles, but it was actually technically independently owned. Like they're like it wasn't part of like a greater like parent corporation or anything. So for a AAA studio, there was like it was probably like one of the better experiences, I bet, just for someone who likes indie, who thinks indie, yeah. So I yeah, I think like so the nice thing about AAA I would say is that you're probably less likely to starve, but you might feel creatively starved. I guess I don't know. um, all right, so we tuned up a few, and oh wait, no, yeah, we're what is it? It's the button next button scale 1.5. I think that means the next button takes 1.5 times as long to show up. So what if it only took like 1.2 times as long, or points as long? Or like what about 1.25, and what if it started at 4? No, let's start at 3. No, there's going to be a lot in the early game. So let's start at 5. And put it at 1.25. Let's see how that goes. On air resume next. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for, I don't know. Again, maybe it's just because I didn't stream yesterday, but I feel like today's going particularly well. I don't know. I've just been having an especially good time. So, and it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you for hanging out, and I hope to see you again soon. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for. Oh my gosh, 4 a.m. Woo. Yeah. Wow. I can see why you would want to. Why you might want to take off at this point. Thank you for sticking out as long as you did. Ooh. All right, so the first few modifiers will take slightly longer to show up. Now we'll have the opportunity to knock 5 cookies out of mobs' hands before we get the first one. However, now it should only take like 6 or 7 to get the next one. So that could be okay. And then let's see how this plays in the later game, because the biggest impact will be that in the later game we should still be getting that at a fairly reasonable rate, I would hope. But let's find out. I feel like I probably increased the power level more than anything. So this playthrough might be especially overpowered. Speed on bombs, let's say. Yeah, 2.25 or 1.25 is probably too low. I probably need to go more towards like 1.35 or something. Because I get the feeling this is going to be like a bit overpowered. But all right, let's find out. Range. I'm gonna try like a fairly even dispersal. See how that goes. Speed on hero, speed on dash. I think I already put a speed on bombs. So I still need to put a strength on hero, and I still need to put a strength on hero. And all right. I feel like, yeah. So maybe maybe I won't have to I might not have to worry so much about, like, once I get like the powers and scales and modifiers and everything balanced relative to each other. Oh wow, POW 3 came up a lot faster, which I guess it would in this new system. Yeah, so if I can get everything balanced, like all of the individual components balanced against each other, I might not have to worry too much about stacking on a single ability if if by doing so, or excuse me, if because by the alternative, instead of getting like one ridiculously overpowered ability, if the player can get like a really significant toolkit, like, because I mean the advantage of actually like powering up each of your abilities is that you, I mean, like I tried to make them somewhat complementary. Like bombs are supposed to be like the the bread and butter. Like you have them constantly. You can use them almost constantly. Um, Dash is supposed to be a bit more effective, but with just with a naturally longer cooldown. Um, and and then and then POW 3 was supposed to be the one that like you use in emergencies, and if you do, you just get a board. You basically get like a full clear. Although, gosh, I almost have it to the point where you can loop POW 3 just by Oh, right, because if you because it doesn't tick down while you're dashing. Huh. Funny that. It occurred to me a while back that one of the things I might need to do at some point for balance is to make it so that the cooldowns don't actually start until you have concluded the ability. So for dash, like once the dash terminates, that's when the cooldown would start up again, and then same thing for POW 3. And even bombs too, because if you have multiple bombs are the reason I kind of don't want to do that, because I don't know, it just means something very different for bombs. It's just like bombs are supposed to always be there, so anything that would make multiplicity, like make it take longer for bombs to get there. I don't know about that. I'll have to think about that one more. I mean, if I did that, the way I would get around the negative effects for bombs would be to have it not so currently there's like a small delay between when you activate between the multiple activations or multiple charges of bomb. So the first one detonates about immediately, and then the next one detonates shortly thereafter. Oh, hey. Oh, that's a good score, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. So the first one detonates immediately, and then the next one detonates a very short time after, and then we don't have much multiplicity in the game, which is actually one thing I want to increase. So, wait, hold on. So, oh, thank you, Yanders. Sorry, I lose track of chat sometimes, especially when I'm playing. I haven't I haven't pinned down an exact streaming schedule yet, but like usually during weekdays, for the past few weeks, Monday through Friday, I've been streaming from like anywhere from around noonish to like 7 o'clock in the evenings, and that's Eastern Standard Time. So, for example, it's almost 9 o'clock where I am now. That's been like my schedule. I do like about 30 hours a week. I try to. Anyways, I've been falling behind on this week. I'm gonna have to put in a few extra hours here and there to catch up. But thank you very much for thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you found it, and I try and keep a good schedule so that because like one of the things that I've probably mentioned this already, but like when I'm not streaming, I like to watch other people stream, and sometimes like there will just be no one online, so I try and keep a good stream schedule to help just keep the number of people online at any given time. So I probably will wrap up pretty soon. So the good news is that I don't know if you guys have seen 2D Heroes before, but he's really good. He's probably better than I am in a lot of ways. So oh cool. Yeah. So I didn't stream yesterday, so I'm probably gonna stream Saturday as well. I say that a lot, and then usually I'm so tired by the end of the week that I don't actually do it. But I think this Saturday I'm probably gonna do it like for reals. So uh, yeah, I'll probably do that as well. Like if I have any hope of getting in 40 hours or 30 hours this week, it's gonna be with the help of Saturday. And I'm probably not gonna hit 30, but I'll give it a shot. Um, Actually, yeah, this we're probably getting pretty. Well, okay, I just screwed up the game, and so I'm gonna take a moment to unscrew it up. Uh, but yeah, wow. Yeah, all right. Today has been a fantastic day for people posting stuff and like cool stuff, cool links, cool everything. I'm adding this to the list of things that I'm gonna check out when uh, when I nod off. And yeah, the punchline there is that I will probably be I'll probably be taking off pretty soon. Um, yeah, so the reason I mentioned 2D Heroes is because he's online currently. I don't know how much longer he'll be online, but I think when I call it a night, I'll probably kick it over to his stream because he's really good. He's like a he was telling me once his background is like in game jams, and he's just participated in so many game jams that he he develops so fast. And as you might be able to guess from his name, uh he has like a cool retro 2D style. And so yeah, when I call it, I'll probably kick it over to his channel because I don't know, I always really enjoy the stuff that he does. I think he's like he also has to like the key aspects of like a good streamer, or like the thing that stands out about my favorite streamers to me is that they keep a good narrative, and they keep a good dialogue, and they keep it about the games, and like yeah, and like they like actually like keep the stream going. Like I'll occasionally like check like a thing on my other monitor or whatever. You've probably noticed that from time to time. And like sometimes I'll go refill my water bottle or whatever. But like I don't know. I can't imagine ever like sitting in front of the stream for like 10 minutes and just like checking like notifications on my device. But yeah, so yeah, I know I definitely recommend and yeah. Oh yeah. Oh sweet. Oh my gosh. My folder of links to check out is just blooming. It's just at the start of the day I had a few left over from yesterday that I hadn't checked out yet, but now it's just like an absolute itinerary. All right, all right. So sorry, I'm reading a fun chat now. All right. Yeah, thank you for posting that. Well, everyone, DS Oriented and Mint Arcade. Um, I I like that. I like that we. I mean, like, I guess actually some of you know each other in real life, but I mean, we're mostly just like a random crew of people who just happen to have a shared interest and shared inclination towards like this particular technology. So that's awesome that we can share stuff like that. So yeah, thank you everyone who did, and hopefully hopefully, yeah, if if what we've seen in this stream is any indication, like game development comes in all different stripes. So, um, I thank you for checking out what I've done. I look forward to checking out what you're working on as well. So next button scale, I put that down to 0.25, but I think that's too low. I think it'd probably be closer to around 3.5, as I said earlier. The other thing is that I think I'm going in actually the right direction with the change in modifier value, because I'm going to try going a little bit further with it. So 63.7, and that's because one of the things I want to increase is like I think currently, like in the course of a game, you're only going to get 3 multiplier modifiers, and I really like multiplier modifiers, so I really want to find a way to make it so that those can occur more often. And so, one way to accomplish that is just to decrease the frequency of, or decrease the overall power of a modifier such that we can keep a steady power level even with more multiplier modifiers. Oh, wow. So they only spawn every 30 modifiers. Wait, is that true? No. 30... Oh, no, they only spawn every 30 seconds. The first one spawns 30 seconds in, and the next one spawns 60 seconds in. And then, 2 more minutes? No, that's way too much. So, like, instead of 2, let's start it... Well, I can actually bump this up slightly. I can actually put it to, like, 40 seconds initially, and then, like, 1.3. Maybe, like, 35 and 1.35, maybe. Oops, that's 45. 35. Yeah. Let's try that. And this probably will be the last playthrough. I'll probably check those changes, see how they feel, and then and then I'll probably call it an evening after that. However, for all you game dev fans out there, I don't know if you're familiar with it. There's like a feature on Twitch. I know Mint Arcade knows what's up. There's a feature on Twitch called hosting, where you can kind of like, basically like, I don't know. I like it because it's like, I don't know. It's kind of seamless. It's kind of cool. It's just like, well, it'll happen in just a moment. It basically just means like uninterrupted segue from like one stream to another. So probably gonna hook that up in just a moment. So far this is feeling alright. I could make a pretty significant change to score. Oh, although if I change score, that also has an effect on modifiers, because modifiers are based on score. Oh, yeah. And then I definitely have to change. Oh, yeah, and if I make the change... So currently, if you knock a mob out of the simulation, that's 10 points. And if you destroy an explosive device, that's... I forget, it's either 3 points or 5 points or something like that. And I was thinking, like, one way to get in-game score under control would just be to reduce the value of those things. Like, I could make everything a single point. Like, coins are 1 point. I mean, I could make explosive devices and mobs getting knocked out of the simulation also worth 1 point. Or I could even make mobs getting knocked out of the simulation not worth any points. Like, maybe points only come from coins. I mean, that's kind of, like, disingenuous, because, like, the only reason I'd be moving in that direction would be to increase the relative power of the relative power of the time bonus. Um, so yeah, maybe that's cheating, but it could be worth looking into. I definitely have to change how modifiers spawn in the later game though. Huh. I guess no, wait, no. Never mind. I was gonna say I could base modifiers on progress, but no, then it would take progress. Yeah, no, progress doesn't work like that because progress doesn't even occur until phase 2. Like the initiation of phase 2 is is when you get your is like this. Yeah, the start of phase 2 is literally when you hit your first progress point, and so we can't wait that long to get your first modifier because for one thing, it would take for freaking ever to get there with if you had 0 modifiers. So yeah, so that doesn't work. I definitely want to make a super take longer to get to because it's showing up. It used to, now that we have so many modifiers showing up, it's still only like the 15th or so modifier to show up. So or like 13th or something, and so now it just shows up. I think it literally showed up in phase 1, which I don't want to be the case. I liked it better when it showed up like right around the start of phase 3. So yeah. Maybe I should boost the that I put in that value that makes it so that as you progress towards your goal, the explosive devices spawn at a faster rate. Maybe I should dial that up a bit because I think overall the game is still easier than I would like it to be. I like that we have more multiplier modifiers though, because those are just good fun, in my opinion. Everyone loves multiplier modifiers. If I were everyone, then everyone would love multiplier modifiers. And like, yeah, I feel like the power curve is probably pretty okay. I feel like I'm getting more powerful as I go. In meaningful ways. I really like what happened when we increased the mob radius. I'm tempted to like kind of like tune it up even a little bit further. Like I think we're at 1.5 now. I kind of want to see what it would feel like at like, well, 2 I think would be overkill, but maybe like 1.7-ish or something like that. So I don't know. Should probably try that just to see. It's easy enough to change now that we're actually doing our math right. 800 might still be a bit much. I might want to tune it. Yeah. So I increased the detonation radius. I don't know. I feel like I need it to be. Oh, we're in the victory march now. So yeah, no, maybe the length of the game is okay. I think what I'm really missing from the game is the. Yeah, there we go. What I'm really missing from the game is the part where skill becomes a major factor. The part where where you feel like you're literally on the verge of like success or failure. And oh, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, well, yeah, I was just catching up on chat. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat, but thank you everyone for tuning in again. And yeah, we have there's plenty of stuff coming up. So, I of course lied because I'm actually gonna try one more playthrough. Well, hold on. Let me see. what was it? It was uh, it was explosive spawn period progress based on progress. So it's currently 3 times as fast towards the end. What if it was like 5 times as fast? I just want to toy with this a little bit. And then, oh yeah, the other thing was kind of want to reduce mob spawn rate just to, because I think we're getting to the punchline a little too fast. Mob count increase period. So yeah, what if it was like 1.8 instead of 1.5? I wonder how that would go. Oh, I think I did increase this earlier, but maybe I did it during play mode so it didn't save or something. Anyways, let's see how this feels. And this will probably be the last one. So, yeah, so far so good. We're several seconds in and everything seems fine. Yeah, so we shouldn't see any major difference in phase 1, but once we start getting in, and we probably won't. Oh yeah, no, that was the other thing I wanted to do is the power spawn at count. So yeah, 1 and 5 I think are fine for bombs and dash, but let's wait until like 20 now instead of 13 or 19, I guess. Yeah, because 2nd and 6th and 20th are probably good spots. Yeah, one of the things I like about Mint Arcade stream is that he's an industrious fellow or lady. I don't know. No, wait, no, fellow. I have heard you talk before. And sorry, sorry. No, the thing I like about the stream is that like it's nonstop. Like yeah, it's just like always something interesting is happening. Like I go off on weird, boring tangents sometimes, but no, Mint is all over it. Yeah, so uh, I admire that really because I couldn't stay on topic if I wanted to. I don't go off on these tangents because I like going off tangents. I go off on these tangents because that's just how my brain works. I think I will probably make it so that bombs detonate a little bit faster in the later game too. Because I just there's only so much you can do with like sheer volume. Like in the later game, like you can clear the board so fast that like even with like maybe not with like 100% explosives, but with like a huge ratio of explosives, you're still gonna just like knock them down faster than anyone's business. Sorry, I can see in the periphery that chat is happening. I'm just too into it. I just can't look away. Actually, I could probably look away a little bit. Yeah. I kind of like the I like where we've gotten with this. Like it's a lot of little, like yeah. I mean, like I've been saying all day, it's a lot of little things, but just by making subtle improvements, like you eventually, it eventually gets to the point that like you play through and oh hey, this is like a fine game experience. Yeah, I'm getting like very. I'm just getting like. I mean, yeah. I mean, I mentioned this before, but like, the things I'm coming up with after each playthrough are much less severe. So, I just like get a better sense of like play, and I like it. Huh. Well, alright, so we're in phase 3, which means, yeah, there's still relatively few explosive devices going on. Because phase 3 is, huh. Well, alright, so maybe I want to change how that works. Because, yeah, maybe, alright, well, I'll see how this goes. And then I'll look into changing the detonation durations on the explosive devices to see how that feels, and then all right. So now at this point we should actually be seeing the effects of the increased quantity of explosive devices. I mean, I could also change the spawn rate of explosive devices based on. Oh wow. Okay, so apparently 19 is too high for POW 3 because it didn't show up until a good way into the fourth phase. So, all right, yeah, let's let's make sure that stays in check. Whoa, I can throw bombs while dashing? Is that true? Yeah, you can apparently throw bombs while dashing. I hadn't really hey, new follower! Hey, sorry, I'm, actually no, I can look. It's super tiny on my screen, but oh, and it just disappeared right before I saw it. Thank you for following. I appreciate the viewership, and I'm glad to have you here. So okay, hold on, wait. Hold on, I have to catch up on chat. Yeah, thank you, new follower whose name I missed. I've gotten so, ESQ2 official. Thank you very much for following. I've been, for these balance passes, I've been getting so into the game curve that, like, I lose all peripheral vision, and, yeah, it's not because I don't appreciate it, it's just because I am a mere mortal. Speaking of that playthrough, just before it slips out of my mind, what were my major takeaways? Oh, yeah, right, so, the POW spawn at count needs to come down for this one. 13 was too low, 19 was too high, so let's try like 15. Yeah, and then so save that, or maybe 16. Yeah, 16. All right, save that, and then what? So yeah, we right. The rate of explosive devices spawning still wasn't necessarily what I wanted. So let's let's use phase change for let's use phase changes for some additional tuning there. I I still rather I think it's for starters. I think I'd still rather go for quantity rather than duration. So let's say so at the when the phase changes, let's say what is it? EXPL spawn period. Let's say times equals EXPL spawn period scale spawn period scale I don't know, times 5 maybe, like just give it a real kick in the pants. I should make this a tunable value, so let's say spawn period scale times EXPL spawn period phase spawn period phase scale. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm thinking like somewhere around 5 or so. And that'll just be yeah. So gradually explosives will spawn faster and faster over the course of time, and then also when you kick it up a phase, it will give it a hopefully a perceptible boost. So let's put this. Whoops. Let's put this here. This will be a public float. Equals 5f. All right. All right. Hold on. Now let me catch up on chat. Sorry. Sorry, just Oh, wait. What's this about a secret? Did I say I was gonna reveal a secret about myself, or did someone else say it? I have secrets. I forget what one that might be in reference to, but I can make up a secret if need be. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, we're probably getting pretty close to the actual conclusion of tonight's stream. I've taken so long. The channel that I was probably going to use as a backup has probably gone offline by now. Yep, they have. So hold on, let me see if I can't find something else interesting real quick. There's usually at least someone online, and like Mint is going online soon, so that's cool. But yeah, right now there's like almost no one online. Oops, I took too long, but I've just been having too much fun with y'all. Okay, so it's creeping up on 9:30 too. So I almost did 7 whole hours today. It's it's better than nothing. It's better than I did yesterday. So, all right, yeah. So I did. All right, I did make another change. So I'm gonna stick one more look. I swear, this is probably the last one. Probably. I mean, I'm not really. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't know. I can't I there's I'm like trying to think of like a comparison, but there's not really one. Like streaming is just like something special that that is that has been only introduced to to huh. Oh, sorry, I just got distracted mid thought. But like, yeah, it's like it's pretty new. It's like uh I can't. I mean, like the closest thing. No, there was like there's stuff like what there's stuff like radio DJs and like uh uh they're like TV broadcasters and everything. But there's never anything that I can think of that's like as personal as streaming. Because like literally one day I was like I should start streaming stuff. Maybe I don't know. And then I just downloaded like a software thing, and then with literally within minutes I was online, and so just like that level of accessibility and like for what the medium is, like yeah, I am glad to have lived in this time. I'm glad to be living in this time. Um, hmm. So I'm not noticing a major difference in explosive scale. In fact, where the heck are all the explosives? Oh, there's one. Is it just me, or did that take for freaking ever to show up? Why are there so few explosives? I feel like there are actually fewer explosives than there used to be. Which is kind of the opposite of what I was trying to accomplish. Did I screw up my math somewhere? Oh. Yep. No, I totally screwed up my math. Right. I didn't mean to say... Uh... Alright, yeah, no, this isn't, phase scale. This is phase power. Oops. uh... And so, right, so I'm not actually trying to, I'm not actually trying to multiply it. I'm trying to, math dot pow. Yeah. Uh, so, right. So, yeah. Because, yeah. I was actually making the period very much longer than what I was doing before. But no, I actually meant to make it, if anything, significantly shorter than before. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again soon. And I yeah, so who knows? I might even be working on the next project by the next time I see you, or by the next time I go online, or yeah, by the next time I'm live. I don't know necessarily that'll happen, but it could. And thank you guys. I yeah. um, sorry. I maybe someday I'll figure out how to take a compliment, but right now I don't know. I never know what to say, except thank you. So, yeah. Sorry. Thank you. I feel like dash range somehow got out of control again. I feel like it's too high. Again. like I said, range is a pernicious thing. You can take a lot out of the game. Um, all right. Okay, so we made it to phase 2, and then we didn't accidentally eradicate explosive devices. So that's a good thing. um, yeah, I think dash radius is still too big. Uh, so I do like the increase in explosive devices though, so that might actually be working. It'll be easier to tell once we get to like even further. Sorry, dash radius too big again. Yeah, it'll be easier to tell if it's exactly right once we get to the later phases. But I mean, so far it looks good, and I can actually probably tone down that other value that we added in the one about the progress, at least down to like 3 or so. Because if this change works, then the other one was probably fine how it was instead. Alright, so now we're in phase 3, so it should have increased again. And yeah, it does look like there are more. So that could be good. Although, okay, so then pretty soon, so alright, yeah, explosive devices might get out of control soon. Alright, well that was a good time for, I think that was a good time for Path 3 to show up. So yeah. Alright, so I'm expecting in phase 4, I mean it'd be great if everything was just magically perfect in terms of like how explosive devices spawned, but I'm thinking, I should probably just tone down modifiers again, just a hair's breadth. Because let's be honest, the modifiers that I like the most are multiplicity, and so as long as we have enough of those, then the rest are whatevs. What was I about? Yeah, the sorry, I'm at that point where like I can only technically, like my brain is only technically working. It's like it's basically in low power mode at this point. But I mean, actually, the number of explosive devices is not as ridiculous as I thought it might get. There's actually still, like, I think this is still an okay scale. So yeah. Yeah, I think this, or okay, I should say I think this could, oh, Victory March. I think this could be a good scale, but I also think, yeah, I think this could be good, but those changes that I said I think are prudent. Dash radius is too big again, and modifiers are still a skosh too powerful. So let's put them down to like, I don't know, like 5:45, 5 maybe, and then oh yeah, dash radius, which is down here. Dash radius scale. So instead of 17, let's try 12, I guess. Save that. All right. This is probably the point where I actually take my leave. This is probably the actual conclusion of the stream for the evening. So, before I go, I'm just gonna give it another look. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, I started later than I usually start, and I went later than I usually went, so I guess it makes sense that there's no one else online. I don't like the hard terminus. I like it when like someone else is online, so that I can just kind of like segue into that instead. But for this evening, it might have to be a bit more conclusive. So yeah, I try to mention it because it's forefront in my mind, but like throughout the entire stream. But you guys are just great. You guys are just super cool. Every last one of you. It's funny. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'll get into that mode where like, I'll in the mornings like I don't know. I guess maybe it's just procrastination is just a part of who I am, because like I'll get into this state where I'm like and I'll just like feel really ambivalent, but as soon as I'm streaming, it's like it's just wonderful. So I'm just very grateful that I am able that I can do this, and that not only can I do this, but people actually show up and participate and hang out and stuff. So yeah, thank you everyone for doing precisely that, and thank you to everyone who's watching this on YouTube and the archives, I guess, too, because yeah, today we had a lot of fun, which probably doesn't translate quite the same way into the YouTube archives, but hopefully there's something to be gained from from all of this, from whatever potential viewership might ensue there. So yeah, I'm gonna call it an evening, and I hope to see every last one of you again in the future, whenever you feel like popping in and listening to some guy ramble for like 7 hours straight. Good night, internet.